Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. I hope the heck your day's off to a good start. You know what? They changed stuff on me here. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, they updated my streaming software thing. So now I'm trying to figure out where everything is again. Hey, Saturday morning. It's time for the regular Radio Wasteland Records Saturday morning live update. Tell you guys about some goings on here at the store, some things that we can expect coming up here in the near future, and just talk about some of the releases. Basically, just to kind of keep you caught up. Beautiful Saturday morning here in the mid-Michigan area. Not too cold, a little chilly, not too bad at all. It's supposed to get pretty cold tonight, though. So, you know what? It's the end of October. It's the end of October, folks. Halloween is right around the corner. And yeah, it's Michigan. I love this time of year, though. So sunshine here. If you're getting out and about today, it's a good day to do it and get out and enjoy yourself. I got a call the other day here at the store asking if we would be passing out Halloween candy on Thursday of next week for Halloween. And I have to say, no, we've done it before in the past, but all that really ends up happening is we'll get our regulars come in and grab one. This person, I think, is not a regular customer. They're just calling businesses to see who has candy so they can swing by and get some. But the ultimate thing that happens is that I just sit here and eat the dang stuff. I ate probably about $500,000 worth of $100,000 bars last time we did this a few years ago. So I'm trying to be healthier. So no candy this year at the store. Sorry, kids. Yeah, I'm the Halloween equivalent of the Grinch, which would be, I don't know, the Grinch, I suppose. All right, a couple of good mornings this morning. Let's, wow, there's a lot of you folks on here. Hey, welcome, everybody. Jennifer saying good morning and hello there, TKR. It is going well, sir. How are you guys out there on the east side, east coast side? Fred on the west side, but not too far west. Grand Rapids saying good morning to you, as well as Betty in sunshiny Toledo. Paul saying good morning. Happy Halloween to you as well. Gary and the crew at Doogie's, good morning to you folks as well. Pat saying happy sunny Saturday. Sean saying, hey, you will. Yep, you will. I've got something here for you, Sean. We'll talk about that in a second or two. A couple of somethings I hear. Let's see. Chuck saying good morning, as well as Mike. Good morning to both of you. Dan, good morning. Dan picked up a Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King record. It's awesome. So I've got one of those left on the shelf. I'm fighting the urge to open that for quality control. So we'll see what happens. And Rick, not so much on the west side this morning, down the street, stopping in as well. And Evie says, hi. Hello there, young lady. How are you this morning? Hopefully everything is going well as well. Okay, so let's see here. Halloween coming up this week. I did put out the Halloween vinyl drop last Friday. There was a few remnants in there. There is a couple of things, actually not a couple, just one thing that I recently picked up this past weekend. I just happened to see one and grab one when I was out record hunting at one of my favorite spots in the UP. So, Scott, hey, good morning to you. Good day for raking leaves. Don't rake your records, just spin those, but rake the leaves. Thanks, Scott, for being here. Anyway, I was hitting up one of my favorite go-to spots in the UP. You know, we fishermen don't give up their spots and hunters and the like. So, but I picked this up. It's a late Halloween ad, so I guess we can count it as such. So I've only got this one in stock. It's a Michael Jackson Thriller, the world's biggest selling album of all time. This is the 25th anniversary edition of this, which was released in 2008. And it features a bunch of extra stuff on there. It's the original album, plus a second record featuring the likes of Kanye West, Fergie, Will.i.am, Akon, and Vincent Price is on here as well. So that's what makes it Halloween. It's a Vincent Price excerpt from Thriller, the voiceover session. So there's your Halloween gatefold of the inside of Thriller with Michael Jackson. So I'm going to get that cleaned up. It's cataloged and ready to go. I just got to get it washed. But that'll be out on the shelf today for those of you late Halloween. Speaking of Michael Jackson, I still have this big collectible. That's the E.T. soundtrack with the creepy MJ poster. And pretty much most of the Halloween stuff is gone. I just have a couple copies left of the Disney Thrilling Chilling Haunted House, 2 different variations of that. And then this is an original, by the way. I had to do some tracking down. Worth a little bit of money, but this one's kind of beat up. This is one of the original Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers, not even the Crypt Kicker 5, it's the Crypt Kickers with the original Monster Mash and a bunch of theme stuff from Bobby Boris Pickett there. So great album for this time of year. Valuable album according to Discogs, but this one's not so much because it's in a little rough shape, but we cleaned her up as best as possible. So last minute Halloween stuff, if you want to get to that, swing on by the store today and get those. Now, after Halloween, much as I'm trying not to get too far ahead of the holidays. So once this the Halloween is done next week, so a week from today, we will share the Record Store Day Black Friday poster that I've been working on. We'll have that ready to go digitally. We'll have some physical copies here in the next week or two. So we'll have that up and going. It's nothing hugely special, but it's a cool poster. I know some of you folks look forward to seeing our posters. Again, tremendously appreciated when you guys dig on those things. So that is coming up next week. And now also, I mentioned, I think last week, to watch our YouTube channel specifically, and I'll share it to Facebook, obviously. But watch that for a special surprise. And I'm just about done editing that. Depending upon my time today, if I get a chance to finish it, you can start looking for some teasers of this stuff going up next week. Or I'm sorry, not next week, today or tomorrow. So sometime in and around there. I may put up some shorts on YouTube to tease this big thing we've got coming up on the YouTube channel. Sometime in the next probably 4 or 5 days, we'll get that done and up. You guys just have to see what this is. It's kind of a cool one. But we'll get going on that per my time permitting. Okay, onward now. Well, yeah, the Black Friday, we're going to work on that. As I mentioned, we'll kick that out beginning in earnest next week. So, okay, onward to the new releases. I don't think I've got any more hellos coming in, but yeah, the new releases this week. Still got a few of these. The big one was the Eminem, the brand new one from Eminem called The Death of Slim Shady, the Coup de Grace. And I think I mentioned the Coup de Grace if you're from Crump. So I'm kidding. Double album. And I think I still have about 5 of these left in stock. If you are ready, here, let me see if I can get a good thumbnail picture. Tilt my head this way. There we go. YouTube thumbnails are important, so I'm learning. So double LP. And this is the colored vinyl version, one red opaque and one blue opaque colored vinyl version. So we'll have to get both of those. This has got a few folks on there with him. Skit, Sly, Piper. I do apologize for not really recognizing a lot of rapper names. It's not quite in my forte. Easy Mill, Skylar Gray, Big Sean, Jelly Roll is on here as well. You know, I've often thought too, what if I were to have a rapper name, to go by? I think it would have to be something along the lines of CPAP or something like that. So anyway, okay. Lots of copies of the new Eminem on the shelf. Bluey, also new album from the kids' favorite Bluey. This is called Rug Island, and we have a colored vinyl version on sunset orange vinyl. So I think it matches the cover on that for you Bluey fans. We do have several copies of this. I kind of jumped on this ahead of time just to have it for the holiday season because there's going to be a lot of parents and grandparents stopping in looking for something that they can get their kids. And, both of my kids are grown up, moved on, they're adults, living their lives. But I remember what it's like when they were younger. Blue's Clues was the big one for Katie, for example. She was in there. So I can speak with authority when I say, as a parent who used to have younger kids, that you, as a parent of young kids now, or a grandparent who has younger grandkids, you need to buy this if you want your kids to love you. Something to think about. I'm joking. Okay, also on the shelf, brand new stuff from Beth Hart. This is called You Still Got Me. We got a red vinyl version of that. I know that there were some folks waiting for back orders of the Beth Hart covering the Led Zeppelin album. Still trying to get that. We will try to get that in place and here too. Now, last of the Rocktober stuff out. The only thing I've got left right now is a couple copies of the Porno for Pyros. Pyrotechnics, the latest and greatest from those guys. All the other Rocktober stuff is now gone. I can try to get more if there was a title in there that you wanted to get, but we'll see from there. Now, moving forward to, hold on here. Moving forward to another holiday, and I don't like getting the Christmas stuff out just yet, but this was released yesterday as well. It's brand new stuff from Ben Folds, and it's a Christmas album called Slayer, Sleighher. And we had a small run that we could get of that were autographed. And so this is an autographed copy. It's the only one I've got. I might be able to try to get more. There was an order for one, but I did get a couple in, one, as I mentioned, for that order. And I can confirm that that is actually an autograph under the shrink. He obviously autographed them, then they shrink wrapped the covers when that was done. But it's different from the other copy of this that I've seen. So that's not a just simple reproduction of his autograph. That is probably an actual autograph from Ben Folds. And then I grabbed another Christmas album while I was in there. It's the Jimmy Buffett Christmas Island. And so I do have one copy of each of those on the shelves ready to go. If you really, really, really want to start thinking Christmas this early ahead of time, go for it. Other reissues, Great White, Once Bitten, and on white vinyl. Got a couple copies of this. For those of you who are looking forward to this other one, the other part of this, the Twice Shy, is coming out on red vinyl in about a month or so. Keep an eye on our new release show later on Saturday afternoons, and we'll tell you all about that when the time comes. But I do have a couple copies of that Great White on there. And then finally, after last week, we didn't get these in time, but I do have the Arctic Pearl white vinyl versions of the MC5's Heavy Lifting. Got several copies of this in, and I think I've got one copy left of the double LP. That's the one that's got the live, but this is just the single LP, the new live music or the new music rather, from MC5. And then you got to get the other one on there. So that is where we go. Let's see here. And a couple more hellos. Dave is enjoying the sunshine this morning and chilly temperatures. Yep. Oh, and he also kicks in. Dave, Dr. Dave, we've had on the podcast before with Steve and I, and as a psychologist, he cannot support the concept of buying your children's love, but it does sometimes work. So the Bluey album, I'm glad you're on board with that, Dave. So DJ Wasteland from TKR. I'm not going to become a rapper. You guys don't worry about that. Oh, and I left this one out. Forgot Evil Dead. I got one copy of that left on the Halloween side of things, the Evil Dead unofficial soundtrack. Okay, so I'm looking at the time. I think we got a couple of seconds to chat. One other thing I wanted to mention here. Pat, I do see your comment. It's being set aside. Sorry, folks. The Jimmy Buffett is now held aside for Mr. Pat. We'll take care of that. But one of the other things I wanted to mention, and this I've been working on, the socials. You guys know sometimes I struggle with social media, even though we're everywhere. I think we do a pretty good job with social media. But we had that little snafu with Instagram, i.e. I got locked out of the Instagram account. I'm going to try that again because I got a note saying that the Instagram account has been. So we'll try that. But in the meantime, I just wanted to get this out here, and I think we're live on this now as we speak. We are back and trying to get more in touch with X, formerly known as Twitter. We are verified. I got a little blue check on there and everything, and it shows that we're live on here as well. So for those of you who use that platform, X, Twitter, I have been posting on there for a week or so. Oh, there we are here. Now this is going to cause a rift in the space-time continuum as I'm live on the side here. Let me wave on this and see, they were a few seconds behind on the Twitter feed, but that is there. I just hope that I haven't opened up a wormhole and we're going to have to Deadpool our way out of this thing. But so that is going on as we speak on Twitter. So, and there's a few folks that we've got on Twitter right now. Mostly, I think they're the female impersonator bots, who are the folks that I see that are liking the Twitter account, the X account. So if there's actually some real people on Twitter following us, please feel free to say hi on there. Not that I've got a thing against female bot impersonators on Twitter, but you do you, folks. I'm trying hard not to upset AI at this point because I want to be one of the ones that they spare. So we'll go from there. All right, I am up on time. Check that out. Do not forget the new release show coming up a little bit later this afternoon. All of the stuff coming out week after next. We'll tell you about the highlights of that and give you guys the big list of everything on there. Do not forget the podcast with our good friend Steve Carlson, two guys talking about records. This week, we will be talking about box sets, some of our favorites, and I'm going to tease a couple of ridiculous box sets that are coming up here as well. So we'll talk about that. Ridiculous, I don't know. We'll see. Well, you watch the podcast so you guys get that. It's available on Spotify, Apple, and right here on our YouTube channel as well, and that goes up every Sunday evening. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and end this feed, and the X feed will end in approximately 45 seconds because they are behind us. And Gary says he's following us. Much appreciated. I'm going to really try to use that to the better ability, because that's another means of staying in touch with folks. So, all right, you folks have a great week. Do not forget to please hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, do all the stuff that YouTube likes you to do. It helps the channel out, helps get us get out and make sure that you see this stuff as you need to as well. So, a couple more. Fred saying thank you, and TKR subbed up on X, and I'm going to try to put some cool stuff up on there too that we may not see anywhere else. I'll work on that, guys. Great weekend to you too, TKR. You guys have a great one. I'm rambling. I can see Kim at home sitting on the couch and wrap it up in her old producer mode. So you folks have a great week, and watch for a few surprises on YouTube and now on Twitter, on X. Maybe I'll put those up there as well. But we will catch you folks next time, live next week from Radio Wasteland. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks again for being here.